Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christian, and this is Daniel.
No, Daniel.
Well, sometimes you answer, sometimes you don't. I figured I'd just say it both.
Well, it depends on if I'm in the middle of something else production-wise.
And I can't know if he is or not because I don't see it what he's doing. So this is the Christian and Daniel Show. I'm Christian. Thank you.
And I'm Daniel. Maybe thank you. I don't know. We'll decide later. To all our friends watching us on LinkedIn and Facebook, thank you for joining us. If you don't mind sharing this on your page so that people can watch along with you. If you're watching us on YouTube, scroll down, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know every time there's a new show on the air. And today is Wednesday, June 19th. So we're at the middle of June already. And
Happy
remember, we've got...
It's Juneteenth.
We've got, Happy Juneteenth? Is that what we say?
Happy Juneteenth. And it is a day off. All the schools are closed, and there's a day off for me, and then I have to go back to work tomorrow, which is an odd thing, but oh well.
Well, you were off today.
Yes, I just said that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know I just registered in my head like you were off today. I was waiting until later to message you because I thought you were at work, but I just realized. I mean, because I had to work, so.
Yeah.
Well,
someone has to keep this ball rolling.
Yeah, so I was up at 7 o'clock in the morning for a meeting, which I thought was going to be canceled. I really thought, I woke up and I was like, I wonder if it's going to be canceled, if we're not going to have a meeting, but we did. All right, we're going to say hi to all our friends on Instagram. We are watching and keeping tabs on your comments. So even though it doesn't show necessarily on StreamYard, let us know that you're there. Say hi. Hi, Estela. Estela's watching us on, Estela Mata, one of the Mata sisters, is watching us on Instagram.
Hi, Estela. I can't see it, so that's kind of weird.
So just a big hello. Christian and Daniel watching you on IG. Yes, we're watching your name, watching us. So for all our friends on Instagram, if you have a comment, if you have a question,
excuse me,
you're part.
Yeah.
Maricruz, mi amiga Maricruz, ¿cómo estás?
Hello, Maricruz.
Gracias por lo guapo. Oh. Saludos desde la ciudad de montañas. Claro que sí. Saludos a Monterrey. Hello, everybody in Monterrey.
Oh, is that what Monterrey is? Is the city of mountains?
The city of mountains,
city of the mountains.
Because the Saddleback Mountain is what makes Monterrey popular. Like you see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, está lloviendo? It's raining out there? Está lloviendo en Monterrey? We could use a little rain. I could use a little rain. Today would have been a good day for me to but no, because I had errands to run outside. It's supposed to rain in San Antonio when I'm there this weekend, so.
Oh, you'll get to see maybe some thunder showers.
Yeah. Yes, I do like a good thunderstorm. Although we have plans to go down to the Riverwalk while we're in San Antonio. So the 3 ladies that I travel with for work, neither one of them have been to San Antonio. So they have decided a couple of them have decided to bring their boots and take them to the Riverwalk and have some authentic barbecue.
On the Riverwalk?
Wow, it's raining so hard that they suspended classes today.
Oh, wow.
Wow. ¿Cuándo vienen a Monterrey? I don't know when we go to Monterrey. Posiblemente hasta el año que entra, maybe next year. Este año está duro. This year's a little tough. But I do want to go back to Monterrey. I have not been there in almost 20 years. So it's time. So what did you do today for your day off?
As little as possible. No, I unfortunately have a little stomach thing going on. So, it's been just grateful to be home when it kind of truly activated today, and not having to do anything. Like I could literally just sit and conocerte.
You want to try to translate that?
Well, it's hello. It's salutations or hello, Christian. Christian. It is nice to meet you.
I hope to meet you soon.
I hope to meet you. And conocerte, I didn't know. That's hope. Oh no, espero is hope.
Right.
And meet you is pronto conocerte.
Right. Meet you quickly or soon.
I'm so good.
Yeah.
Yo soy muy bien.
Vamos a enseñarle español, Maricruz, para que cuando vaya a Monterrey ya sepa. We're going to teach you Spanish, so when you go to Monterrey, you're ready.
Yeah, but I can't roll R's, so I'll never sound right. Kids laugh at me in school when I'm trying to say something with an R. I'm all RA. They're all they, not Ari. They go, you say it like a gringo, and I'm all, that's because I talk like a gringo.
Can you translate that?
Oh, super, super, yeah.
How do you say super in Spanish?
English, oh, we could teach each other. We can work on English and Spanish with each other.
Yes, excellent.
I'm not too bad.
Un 10 para hoy, para Cristo.
I have to admit, I've gotten better having working with kids who are bilingual. Because I hear them and I have to kind of have an idea what they're saying, because they might be saying something really bad. I have to catch that. Because I hate that Spanish-speaking kids think they can get away with so much when they think no one understands them.
Well, it's the classic. The immersion into a language is the best way to learn.
Yeah.
Muy bien.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Gracias.
Well, speaking of the trips and stuff, I'll show you the picture. My first trip of the year for Ford Copita Alianza, this is my 4th year working that event. We were in Dallas this weekend.
Okay.
And this is my selfie from Dallas. I look kind of cool. I should have brought up the video. We have a new game, which is the glass case with the money.
Oh yeah, the money.
The money grab. Oh. So when Christian comes back up, so this is the picture. So I'm working the Ford Copita Alianza. That was weird. Y te vería los mejores tacos.
Because like my computer decided it wanted to went into this break. I haven't had a new computer. It's not a new computer, but I haven't had a computer reset in so long. I'm sure I had the energy saver settings are all no.
Yes, and you know what a fan I am at resets. Okay, so I was looking through changing subjects radically. For those of you that have the Nextdoor app, cabrito. Puerco no como puerco. No como carne de puerco. I don't eat pork meat, but cabrito sí. Cabrito, I haven't had cabrito in a while. I think Christian's computer is he reset it, so I think it's resetting. So he'll be on in a minute. There we go. So for those of you, if you're on Nextdoor, if you have that app or if you have it on your computer, there is a comment on there from this lady, and it says, "I will never go to a restaurant again that requires me to see the menu on my phone." You know, talking about the QR codes when you get to the restaurants. I don't mind it. I don't mind a QR code menu over. I know it's not a big oh my god, but there's 122 comments on here. People 123 people talking about the controversy between a menu and a QR menu, something on your phone. that they can be updated, and how fancier restaurants now are using phone menus, particularly because they can update their menu, or pop-up places, or places that have different menus every day. So for those of you out there, does it matter to you if a restaurant has a paper handheld menu or a QR on your phone menu? I don't think it makes a difference. Like, food's food. You're not in the menu, you're in the food.
It's annoying. I'd rather just have a paper menu too.
You're either I usually, when I'm going to go somewhere, if I'm going somewhere new, I usually look at the menu before I even get there to have an idea of what I want to eat, or what sounds good, or what people are reviewing. And so I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring it up. I thought it was interesting that people had so many comments regarding paper menu. Plus, if you worked at a restaurant, which I did, sometimes those menus don't get cleaned correctly, and people touch them. So if you are going to do a handheld menu, go wash your hands after you've used the menu. Don't wash your hands before you order. Wash your hands after you order and you've returned the menu, because sometimes they're not cleaned properly, so you don't want to. Yeah.
I doubt they're ever clean.
When people say they get sick, sometimes it's not from the food, it's from the items they touch within the restaurant. So just FYI, just so you know.
Just eat at home.
Just so you know. Okay, so this is going to be a little thing happening. I guess what Christians, I have different things that we can talk about. Deberían hacer un programa en español. Me gustaría, pero pues es que Cristian no habla español. A ver, un día me acompañas tú en pantalla, Maricruz, y hacemos el español. Maricruz wants us to do a Spanish show. I'm like, well, then she should come on the show and do it with us. So there is I don't think she has her business anymore, but her name was V. Clays, VEE Clays, because she did keychains and things out of clay, and then she sold them. One of my keychains that had the tacos was from her, but I think she's shutting down. She's out of Houston, and I think she's shutting down. And okay, I'm going to switch you over to the other camera. There you go. And so she's closing shop, and she had this raffle, and you paid so much money to get in, and it was just a secret bag. But within the bag was this little bag, El Borracho. For those of you that don't know, this is from Loteria, from Mexican Loteria, which is the Mexican bingo, but it's the drunk, which is very funny to me because I got it over the weekend, and it's funny to me because this Friday is my 17th AA birthday. And I hadn't really, because I'm going to be flying to San Antonio. I hadn't really planned anything. I didn't plan to hang out or go out to eat. I didn't plan anything because I'm going to be in San Antonio. So this was a very special price. Like, it was a nice little surprise for me. So now I can keep all my hearts and stuff in here. I can keep it in the borracho, which I showed you the picture before we started. This is a picture in my apartment in Houston. I think it's like a month before I went to rehab. It's one of the last pictures that I took before I went to rehab. There it is.
So it was back in 1910.
I had to send it off to get developed, and they sent it back to me.
Wow.
So,
You look thuggish.
I feel like my eyes look dead.
Well, they are dead.
Mind you, I still have the same.
There's no soul light showing through in this. That's what we all look like when we're in our disease. I look the same way in my old pictures. Like, my eyes are black. They're just dead. There's no light in them. There's no smizing. Nothing.
Yeah. But if you notice, I have the same haircut. It's that short little.
No,
the short little-
that's Gen 1 hair. Your hair is
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
like
but,
that.
but I know that. But what I'm saying is, it like I'm like
Kind
it's
of is though. You're
yeah,
right.
it's like the short little buzz haircut. That's when I used to pay $9 for a haircut, $11 with the tip, because I was working at a restaurant and it was cheap. I needed money for drugs and alcohol, so very, 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 very different from what I pay for a haircut now. But yeah, like for those of you, if you are in recovery in any way, do you have pictures? You're not going to show them to us today, obviously, but do you have pictures? But I just look at that and I'm like, what was I trying to say? Like, you know what I mean?
Nothing.
Like,
You were an addict. You were trying to say anything.
but there's a picture. I mean, I took a moment to do a picture, like I don't know, like my spirit was trying to say something.
Ooh, we're reading a lot into that picture.
Yeah, well, I think because I'm coming up to the 17th birthday, so I'm kind of like in that mode right now, and
But you're assigning a lot to that picture.
but because there were times, and I don't want to bring the show down, but there were times when I would get high that I didn't want to wake up, and I think this picture is a picture that I took on like right before a big party night that I was gonna have, and I usually party by myself, and for those of you,
You didn't look
crack,
happy. So
yeah, crack is a very selfish drug. It doesn't let you entertain, and I think it was one of those
or
nights.
feel. Doesn't let
Yeah.
you feel either. It numbs you out to the point that you're kind of like an asshole to everyone else. And you don't even realize you're being an asshole until you sober up at some point, if you ever do.
Yeah, and I think it was one of those nights that I think I took other pictures, but I deleted them as I went. I think it was one of those pictures that I took that it was like, if I don't wake up, here's my last picture. Like this is my last picture.
That's
Yeah.
an interesting one to have as your last picture, huh?
My brain would go to those places. Like,
Oh, well, absolutely.
Yeah. This is probably why crackheads clean house while they're high, because if they're gonna find you, at least the house is clean.
At least it looks nice, or you think it's clean. Because a lot of times crackheads think a lot of things, but they're not. It's not reality. In your head, you've done an amazing job.
Oh,
But in reality, it's that.
okay. We had some comments on
I can't see any
Instagram.
comments on this screen, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have some comments on Instagram. I'd rather have a plastic menu. Oh, okay. Some people have, and then some people say, "Oh, Montre over in Dallas. We were in a play together here in LA." He says, "You must have. Do you have Spectrum?"
Yes.
He does. And Vicky Zimmerman says, "That's a serious look." It was a very serious look. I was a very conscious before would get high. Right at the beginning, I was very conscious of what I was doing. I was very I was a hardcore drug addict, so
I only shake my head in agreeing with what he's told me. I have no idea because I did not know him in that time frame.
yeah. So
Great.
anyway, but so that's that. We showed that. How's
You
everybody? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
If you just look at him, folks, just look at Daniel right now. Even not doing anything, just sitting there with leaning on his hand, his eyes there's a shine, there's a brightness to them. His skin tone is a brightness to it. Of course, he's doing better skin regimen now than he did back then. But, but overall, if you just look at him, the differences are dramatic. Like, he's younger in that picture, but I think he looks older and actually quite a bit heavier in that picture than he is now.
Well, a lot of that
Now
is
he's
alcohol.
svelte, handsome, glowing skin, glowing eyes. He has the spark of life is showing through his eyes. It's gorgeous. And that is what recovery will give you. If you're in the middle of your addiction, that's what recovery looks like. Eventually you'll look like Daniel or me.
And I have to. That's alcohol puffiness.
Oof.
For those of you that have drank, there's an alcohol puffiness that you get.
Yeah, it's swelling.
Yeah,
Just a lot of internal
there's
swelling.
no amount of working out or
No,
diet.
it's not fat. It's not fat. Your body is swollen from the toxicity of the amount of alcohol and drugs you're doing.
Oh, I forgot to mention the happy birthdays. Here are happy birthdays down there. Feliz birthday to Jerry. Was my manager at the one of the bars I worked in Houston. Corey is my new buddy that I made on a year ago on Kindness Day. Carlos Trevi is a fellow actor. Celeste Martinez is the first drag queen I ever saw. And then Fabiola Rivas. We know Fabi.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are celebrating a
Feliz
birthday.
birthday.
Prima, ¿cómo estás?
Hello, Maris.
Welcome to the show.
Please.
If you're celebrating a birthday, please let us know. We can do a shout out. Let us know in time, and we'll make sure to. Madeline. Hello.
Hi, Madeline.
Hi, sweetheart.
Yay.
So speaking of chunky, today is National Garfield the Cat Day. Well, that's
Yes, that fat orange cat. He's back in theaters too.
I know. I do
Will
not.
they ever give Garfield a break and let him retire? My goodness.
I know. Who was the last one that did his voice? Was
No say. No me gusta.
SNL, Ghostbusters. Who was
No.
the main doctor in Ghostbusters? He was from Saturday Night Live. Groundhog Day. Bill Murray, yeah, Groundhog Day, yeah. Bill Murray. Bill Murray was the last. Bill Murray was the last voice, I think, for Garfield. And then this
hopefully
voice,
not with this one.
This voice is Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's a teeny bit better than that
So,
old
Today is National Garfield Day.
Devo.
For all of you who have cats, congratulations on that.
Yeah. Don't feed him lasagna.
It sounds good.
It does sound good.
Lasagna sounds good. Today is also National Watch Day. Not I'm
wait, I don't wear watches.
Not I'm watching you. It's
I refuse to wear a device to measure the minutes and seconds of my life on my body. That's
This is
that's like, when's it going to end? I need to know the exact time. That's what goes through my head. That's why I can't wear watches. I think it's like counting down your life, and I'm like, no, I'd rather be completely unaware.
I have several watches. I think they're put up in a box somewhere. But my very, very, very first watch was a Mickey Mouse watch. I remember having that. I got it for Christmas one year. I must have been like 8 or 9. I remember this because none of my friends knew how to tell time because it was a wristwatch.
Oh, Lord forbid you know how to read an analog clock.
And, I love watches. I have a whole collection. Do you really? Oh, what is your favorite of the collection?
It's the gold. It's the gold and diamond Rolex. That's my favorite.
And we have to tell you, my comadre or our comadre's little baby girl is sick, so there is no junior minute. We don't have a junior minute this week, so there's no picture. We promise to get pictures next time.
I wonder what's wrong with whatever her name might be, because I don't remember her name. I wanted to say Esmeralda, but that's such a horrible name. It's not Esmeralda.
Amelia.
I was so close, like dead on, almost. Well, I wonder what's wrong with little Amelia. That's if it's that serious, that's a little scary.
Yeah, she's a little sick. I'll tell you off.
She is a cutie pie, though, guys. She is a cutie pie, and she's actually a super quiet baby. Considering how noisy her siblings are, she's very quiet.
Yeah, but I'll tell you off camera later.
Yeah, she might be the quiet sibling even as she gets older. She'll be the one that thinks a lot. Or she'll be the queen, one of the two.
What else is going on today? Today is also, there's not a whole lot of like really exciting days today. It's also International Box Day. So
oh, how exciting. A box. Only cats and little babies get excited about a box.
True.
I mean, come on. It needs a day.
Give a gift.
Honor the boxes. If you get a box today, be sure to give it a little smooch and say congrats on being a box, and then throw it in the recycle bin.
Give a kid a gift that comes in a big box, and they will play with the box way before it's
all
given.
the time, and the
All
gift
the
will just stay sitting on the
all the
floor.
time. For all of you who are parents out there, I'm sure you agree with that.
And cats are the same way. You get a cat at this fancy cat condo thing they call them. It won't even go in there. It'll go in the box that the condo came in, and will be playing in that box for days.
Yep.
And it will sleep in the box instead of sleeping in the kitty condo.
It's a slow day. I slept a little bit. It's because I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning for a meeting, and
I woke up at 7, but then I went back to sleep till 9.
and
I
then
slept pretty
after
good last night.
I was in Dallas because I forgot my Christian. You're a mess. Give the box a little smooch.
I know, right? Because we know those Amazon trucks are sterile and clean.
You
I
know,
really
just
want to
like,
lick that to kiss that
just
box.
like those menus.
You know what,
Um,
though? For the menus, if it's a plastic menu, just bring your 91% alcohol in a little spray bottle and just spray the menu. Honestly, if you really want to be safe about it, that's probably the smartest thing to do, is spray it and wipe it off. And that way, you know, all the viruses and nothing survives in 91% alcohol. But
well,
I always recommend the 91%. I don't say the 70, even though they say 70 is enough.
I do have to say, I left my little carry bag, a little bag, in Dallas with my cards. I left my gypsy cards in Dallas,
Oh, honey.
and
That's
I did not realize it till Monday when I was unpacking, and I had a client, and I was like, "Where's my bag?" And I realized I left the deck that I use. I mean, luckily I have several other decks I could use,
Oh, just a few.
but it caught.
Few
I
hundred.
thought hotels normally were courteous enough to send you your things.
Well, nice hotels are.
Obviously not Holiday Inn.
Well, the Holiday Inn is not. I don't think people list that as a nice hotel. That's just barely a
Obviously
hotel.
not, because I called and she's like, they hadn't found them, and then they found them in a safe that the housekeeping keeps all their stuff when, like, until that somebody calls for
Okay,
them.
yeah, I get it.
And I was like, I didn't even know you had a safe.
They actually did that in the washroom in the show Acapulco. The head lady keeps all the lost and found in that locked cabinet.
Okay, so the receptionist or the front desk person that I talked to, she's like, I don't have access to it. I have to wait for housekeeping manager to get here.
Yeah.
So then she called me back and she's like, we found it. So I had to go down to UPS. I don't know why I'm telling this story because it's so boring, but I went down to UPS and
But tell it anyway.
yeah, $18. It was $18. It wasn't too bad, and it should get here in like 5 days. So it's not 3 days, which is not too bad. The UPS here in Laguna Beach, the girl Lauren, her name's Lauren. Shout out to Lauren. She does not watch it.
And they're awesome because they're such a nice little office.
And she was very helpful. I'm like, so this happened. She's like, oh yeah, we got you. So what else is going on?
Well, my landlord is remodeling my next door unit because my neighbor of 12 years is moved up to Northern California, starting a new life, new job. The job is the same career, just at a different location, different school. And I miss her already. It's so quiet now. I'm so used to hearing the doors open and close. Used to hearing her doggy, not barking. He was not a big barker, but just hearing him running around or walking around, and hearing her come home and leave, and having times when we just would meet each other and chit chat for a while. It's like, I miss it all. I'm really sad that I don't have the neighbor I've known for so long. She became family. Like Danielle and I both knew some of her family, and I know her mom, her mom was a sweetheart and filled in some of that mom energy that I missed so much when my mom passed. So I realized a lot happened in that 12 years that we were neighbors.
Her brother became a good friend and somebody we kept in touch with until
he
now
passed.
we've talked about this on the show. For everybody, we talked about this on the show. That whole neighborhood has energy, and like, have you heard anything now that she's gone? Do you hear noises?
Not really. It's really gotten quiet.
It
got pretty quiet. I don't know if it might have attached and went with her, but the toilet hasn't flushed. I haven't heard any steps in the bathroom or the hallway. It's been pretty tame. But then Neil's been working in there pretty consistently from early morning to evening. And by the way, I get home from work the other day, day before yesterday or yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, just to let you know, I'll give it to you in writing, but there's going to be a 3% or 5%, whatever they let me raise the rent." And I'm like, "I think that's only yearly though, Neil. I don't think it's been a year yet since the 3%." But anyway, and then he goes, "Would you be willing to pay $25 or $30 more on your rent to offset the cost of getting a new washer and dryer in a unit that works?" And I said, inside I'm going no, but on the outside I'm like, yes. I got to figure it out. I'll figure it out, because having my own washer dryer again would be so nice to not have to walk it over. And then whenever Daniel needs a wash, I could just throw his stuff in real quick, and it could be a quick thing rather than, ooh, someone just got in an accident. It would be a quick thing. And it would be nice for that convenience. So, and when he gets done doing it, because he's buying all new appliances for the unit, because if you're going to charge what the standard rate is here in Culver City, it's around $2,800 to $3,000 for a 1-bedroom a month. People expect to have nice new appliances and up-to-date appliances and kitchens that look up-to-date. So he's doing all that. But he said, if I'm going to buy all those appliances, he goes, I might as well buy you a new washer dryer too. And he goes, if you're just willing to pay that little bit a month to offset the cost, because he goes, they're around $1,500. So I'm like, okay. So I was like,
that's
yeah.
a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
I'm like, yes. I mean, it'd be nice not have to walk out of my house to do laundry anymore.
Yeah.
As much as I appreciate and love using theirs, because I could put theirs are normal size, so I could put big stuff in there. I could wash one sheet at a time. I'm happy to just do little pieces at a time because it's in the house, so I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was I thought that was a pretty cool offer, actually. And then he said, would you like to try and sell these old appliances out of her place online, because I don't have time to do it, and you could just keep any money that you make from it. So I've put them both out there on OfferUp for sale for $200 for the two of them.
Nice.
It's a gas stove unit, apartment size gas stove unit, and an apartment size refrigerator, non-frost free, that is counter length. So it fits in the most kitchens. It's like the same length as most standard counters. It's a washer dryer combo unit. So it fits underneath my counter right as you walk in my kitchen. That where the old washer dryer is right there, it hasn't worked forever. That's where it's going to go.
Yeah. You probably haven't noticed it, but it's already there.
Yeah, there's already one there that died 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. That was pretty cool of him to do that.
Yeah, I thought so, because he certainly didn't have to do that. And, not being able to charge me any tremendous, huge increase in my rent, that's pretty kind of him.
Yeah.
And he even admitted, he did admit, I know I was supposed to replace the old one many years ago. And he goes, I apologize for that I let myself get distracted. It's kind of like what he said. And he goes, but yeah, if I'm going to buy new stuff for this other unit, I might as well buy you one too.
Wow.
And we'll throw it in there. So I thought that was super nice. And then the whole letting me sell the two things, if I can, I may not be able to. They may just go out on the curb and let someone take them for free.
I'm sure somebody will buy them. People buy everything on.
But I figured, it's worth trying. It's a couple $100 will make my life better. It doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Kilgo. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. That's like hello. That's a holiday for my people, Daniel. Just so you know.
Sorry, yes, I'm not trying to fur on your people. Well, with that, I'm going to cheer to you with it National Martini Day.
Cheers!
Cheers! I thought it was funny because
make it dirty with 3 olives.
I thought it would be funny because obviously my AA birthday is this Friday.
This Friday.
So I'm a little bummed that I'm going to be traveling. Well, I'm going to be in San Antonio, but I would have wanted to stay in.
Yeah, I've been home.
That's my son's birthday too. He's a chin. Oh, really?
Wow.
Nice.
That's cool. I feel like we should have known that.
But yes, because I got one of the one of the picture memory things that I get brought up the picture from we were at his birthday. So, isn't your birthday coming up, Madeline? Like, isn't your birthday coming up too? Thank you. We'll have to celebrate when we get back. When I get back, Wayne. What else today? What else has happened today? Picture.
I started summer school. It's
Oh yeah.
great. My kids are. It's a small class right now. It's terrific. Our first day we only had 2 students, and one of them's an English language learner, so she speaks primarily Spanish, and she gets to giggle at me when I try to. Oh, hers is around Kadia's birthday. I think that is Kadia's birthday. Very close to it.
It's interesting because we have a. Maybe it's just the picture that we posted for his birthday. Maybe that's where it is.
Yeah, Anthony's
okay.
August.
Why was I thinking about Anthony too? Thinking about Anthony recently. Okay.
Anyway, so the kids, and now the class grew. So now we have 2 English language learners, and the Spanish, the bilingual tutor is only in there for the morning, and so the afternoon they get to hear my gringo massacred Spanish. But I try, and you know what? They're like, they giggle and laugh, but they look at me and they always go, at least you're trying.
You know, that's the best thing to do.
Little boy asked me on the way out on Tuesday. He asked me something, goyo. Do you know what a goyo is, or guyo something? I was like, I didn't understand the word, and he wasn't understanding me when I was saying, "Can I even say cómo se dice guyo?" And he's like, he looked at me like, you already know, guyabe, guyo something. I don't know. I have no idea what he was saying.
You sound like one of those instruments.
Oh, yeah. Sound like a freaking didgeridoo from.
There you go.
Anyways, and I'm working with a teacher who I was totally good friends with, like totally connected to at my other school.
Oh.
And we always wanted to work together. Like we kept saying, she goes, "It sucks you don't work with me this year." And I go, "Yeah, I agree." And now we're working for a summer. And she was like so happy. She's like, "Yay!" And I'm like, "Yay!" And she brings in treats and chips and stuff, and I get them too.
That's always good.
Anyway, and
what
so
grade?
All is well.
What grade is the summer school kids?
These ones, I was originally assigned to 2nd grade, which I was really looking forward to, but everything got kind of shuffled a little bit because the teachers were making their own requests for which tutors they wanted because they were familiar with a lot of us from the school year. And so I ended up getting switched to 5th grade. But these kids are really cool 5th graders. But there's this one girl, she's like an Amazon. Like she is so much bigger than all the other kids. But that's just the trend. These kids are big now. They are not little anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and girls mature and grow faster than boys at this young age. So they're always taller than the boys in primary, like in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Then everything starts to catch up in junior high. But yeah, they're great. They're really good kids. It's a really good teacher. It's really nice. She and I used to park next to each other for the whole time I was during the school year. So we were parking buddies.
Nice.
But yeah, it's really nice. And my boss is still very, very happy with me and happy with what I'm doing, and pops her head in every so occasion. She's just like, I never have to think about it, Christian. I can just pop in and I know I'm going to see you working. I guess there were some complaints about tutors who are sitting in the back of a classroom on their phones. Like they're just sitting with their feet up in the back of a classroom during the school year. I'm like, that is like so wrong. You can't do that. Even if the kids are doing nothing, you're supposed to figure out, how do I support the teacher during, like if they're watching a movie, you go around and you make sure they're watching the movie and not goofing around. I don't know. I will say there are some things that seem like common sense to me professionally, but I'm realizing these younger generations, they're not common sense.
No.
Like they don't have it. Not that they...
Let's not generalize though, but yeah.
Well, I just mean there's a general level of ignorance because we didn't teach the millennials, and the millennials can't teach their kids, which are the Gen Zers and Gen Alphas, So if it's something that you're not teaching anymore, people won't know it. So they don't understand that when you're at work, you can't be on your phone with your feet up in the back of the classroom when you're supposed to be helping the kids or working with the kids or the teacher. It's interesting. I didn't realize what it was like. And it's interesting to be on the front lines now, able to see it. And it's not a criticism. It's just what you don't know, you don't know. You can't help it. My parents, our parents raised us knowing that. Boomers taught us that. And then my parents were the silent generation, so they really knew that. They taught a very different type of work ethic than a millennial would teach. So it's very interesting to see the differences in generational perceptions of what work should look like and what work should be.
Yeah.
And what appropriate actions you can do, things you could do at work as opposed to when you're home. It's very interesting to see. And, we live our lives on these cell phones, so it's interesting. Again, I'm not criticizing right now. I am just saying it was a very interesting observation to hear and witness firsthand.
David Gonzalez agrees with you.
Yeah, there is. Now, there's been another upsurge in all these younger generations commenting on Gen X, and I'm like, don't do it.
So I wasn't gonna. Yes, because
you don't want us involved.
Because working in the promotion field, in brand ambassador and promotions, I'm clearly one of the older folks that work. And
Me
in
too.
the tour that I do, most of the tours that I do now as an MC, I tend to be the oldest one in the group, if not one of the oldest. Because there's a gentleman that works whose name is Danny, and we're about the same age. But we travel to cities where we hire local brand ambassadors for events, and they tend to be young people. Now, Dallas is hot. In the summer, it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
We were very fortunate that they didn't put us in August, they put us in June. So we weren't in 110-degree weather.
But it was still 90
We were in the
plus.
high 80s, low 90s.
Yeah.
We are provided with lots of water and Gatorades, and we have UV protection. We have sprays and we have different levels, whatever you want to use. We had a gentleman that got sick from heat exposure. And
I think you said not heat stroke, but heat. I guess like you said, heat exhaustion.
Yeah, and
what do they call it? He overheated.
And I'm thinking, you live here.
This is not new to you. This weather is not new.
You live here. You should be aware. Because they give us the little bottle waters because they're easier to carry and run around with.
And it's just like a sip.
Yeah, I can put them in and I have the cargo shorts.
It's a shot of water.
Yeah, I can put them in my cargo shorts, and it's like 3 swigs of water that I get, and they're done. But I'm thinking, it's hot. We're giving you everything you need to stay as cool as possible. Because then he didn't work on Sunday because he was sick from the heat. And I'm like, well, because it was hot. So yes, but we had some really awesome people that work with us. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. So anyway, are you ready?
Yeah. My pick of the week is Love is Blind, Sweden edition. If you want to see some tall, blonde, pretty people who are very level and very calm, this would be the show to see it on. The whole format of Love is Blind is that no one sees each other physically. They don't physically see each other. They just talk through a wall, and they talk to each other, and they ask questions and explore personal stuff, but they don't see each other. And it's such a different dynamic. Like every culture is a little different. Like the Americans are very brash. It's like, and like sometimes some of the Americans would be like, I love you already. Would you marry me? And like, that's the ultimate end of the part where they don't see each other is if you ask the person to marry you, sight unseen, only from what you've divined from conversation. So double blind conversation. So it's interesting to see how this a culture that's just traditionally pretty calm and pretty logical. Like, I'll tell you, Swedes are very logical people and very practical. So it's interesting to see the different emotional dynamics that take place with not seeing each other. It's almost like they're more comfortable not seeing each other physically. Like, they don't have as many hangups about it as Americans might have. But it is very interesting to watch the Swedish people do their thing in Love is Blind on Netflix right now.
Check it out.
It's interesting because you're like, what? Like, wow.
Remember, we want to know what your pick of the week. What your pick of the week is.
What your pick of whack is? So just tell us. Put it in the chat.
What is your pick of the week? My pick of the week for this week, I saw it on the plane, is Migration, and you can see it on Peacock right now. I was flying, I got to see it. I'll give you the description. A family of ducks decides to leave the safety of the New England pond for an adventurous trip to Jamaica. However, their well-laid plans quickly go wrong when they get lost and wind up in New York City. The experience soon inspires them to expand their horizons, open themselves up to new friends, and accomplish more than they ever thought possible. It is led by Kumail Ali Nanjiani and Elizabeth Banks play the parent ducks. And then Aquafina is one of the characters. Carol Kane is in there. Danny DeVito. There is a huge list of cameo voiceovers on this one. It's really cute. I watched it on the plane because it was like something light and funny, but it's a really cute story about being adventurous and doing something new and not being afraid of putting yourself out there. And that's definitely something that I'm familiar with, like having to put myself out there and doing new stuff. And
I'll be all. My favorite part is at the restaurant when they're like, "Ooh, what is that?" And he's all, "It's duck à l'orange."
à l'orange.
It's duck à l'orange, and he's all, "What's that?" And he's all, "It's you à l'orange." I love it. That's so cute. It's you.
There's a lot of very cute one-liners, and Danny DeVito's character is amazing. He's funny.
He's the pigeon, right?
No, Danny DeVito plays the uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I haven't seen it, folks. I just saw the preview, which had that little line in it, which made me just die laughing.
Aquafina plays the lead pigeon.
Oh, okay.
And
I like Aquafina.
There's this parrot, and then there's it's just cute. If you're looking for something just very calm and relaxed and
light.
This is a great movie to watch. So what are y'all watching? What is your favorite pick of the week? I did start watching, I'll talk about it more next week, but it's on Netflix. Hold on.
He said it's on Netflix. Oh my God. Bridgerton season 3. Fabulous.
I'm still finishing season 2.
And then I just finished part 4 of the Upshaws. Funny as heck. If you like black humor and you are okay with it, because it is very black humor.
I started watching the one about it's on Netflix. The one about collections, where they collect things. I love how the series revolves around at the end of each season. Yes, right? Yeah. Sorry about Bridgerton.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna give anything away because it is a really exciting season, and it goes quick. They didn't film as many episodes as they did have previously, so that seems to be the trend. A lot of shows are just doing, instead of 10 or 12, they're just doing like 8 episodes, wrapping up story arcs all over the place.
I'm trying to find the name of the show that I'm watching. Oh, here it is. I'll give a better review next time. But The King of Collectibles, I just started watching it.
What?
The King of Collectibles?
Oh, The King of Oh, I've heard of it. This is not its first season.
No, it's in its second season.
That's what I thought. Because the first season, I remember hearing about it. I can't watch that stuff because it makes my skin crawl.
I did finish watching Dances of the Devil or Dance for the Devil.
Oh, Dancing for the Devil. It was shocking.
the documentary, for those of you, that was my pick of the week last week. I finished watching the last episode today. Actually, I had half an episode to watch. But if you okay, I'm not going to give it away. But
Yeah, no.
if you haven't watched it, we talked about it a little bit, like the mental games that.
Yep.
And I mentioned to y'all that when I first moved to California, I was getting involved with people who were in those MLMs and cultish little things. And but you know what really got to me? I was not one to go to meetings and be like, and cheering for people and like
Amway meetings.
Yeah, here's all my money and let me recruit more people. I could never. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, it's not.
I don't fall for it. I'm like, ugh.
I
haven't made a penny. Yay! But I spent $5,000 on product. Yay!
I did the what was it called? Pre-legal. Pre-legal or prepaid legal.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Prepaid
Prepaid,
legal.
prepaid legal.
I did prepaid legal. I got in. I paid. I think it was like $180, and then I ended up recruiting. You had to recruit 3 people to get your money back.
Yeah. Yep.
I ended up recruiting 5, so I got more money back than I invested. And then I was done. I was like, I'm not going back. I got my money back. I'm good. But they were hesitant. The person that I was under was not wanting to give me my money. Like, he really like, you can reinvest this. I'm like, I'm not saying. I'm like, I don't want to come back. Like,
I'm going to reinvest this.
But
in your MLM? Yeah, no.
Yeah, but there were a couple of people. There were a couple of other groups that were like, come hang out at our church. And I'm like,
move it to the next level.
No, I don't think so. So have y'all, anybody out there been part of something cultish? Anyway, we've got 8 more minutes. What else is going on? What else do I have? Oh, I guess I can talk about our.
Wait, what about our TikToks? Did you not load up any TikToks?
I didn't load any TikToks.
I sent you multiple TikToks.
But we didn't talk about it before the meeting because you were dealing with your thing.
I write on them. This would be good for the show.
But on the screen, sometimes it doesn't come up the same. Let me see if I can find one. Keep talking.
It was nice to have today off. And I was going to do laundry and everything, but I said, no, I'm going to make it a day off. I'm really going to do absolutely as little as possible. I had ordered a pizza last night, so I had food for the whole day today. And
okay, here's one.
Oh, this is a good one. It's using.
I said,
Do you want to pause it for a second?
You don't like me.
Okay.
I just want to frame it that it's using an old soundbite, but they just do such a good twist on making it a Gen Z, Gen X thing.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking like you.
What?
I said, I don't fucking like you.
You don't like me?
No.
Look. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
I don't fucking like you.
That is totally what it would be like if a Gen Z employee came up to the Gen X boss and said something like that. I'm sorry, we're Gen X. We don't care. Whatever.
Oh,
Mormonism. I just love it. I just love that redo of that old soundbite because it came from, I can't remember which drag queen that was. That the original soundbite, who did the original soundbite. It is hilarious. And I just love that he did it perfectly. Like, he had the timing and the mouth. Like, it was like he was really saying it to the Gen Z. I don't like you. I fucking hate you. It's like, what? Like, and then like,
And for those of you watching us, if you find a TikTok that you think is hilarious, it can't have any music on it, but if you
Yeah.
find a TikTok that you think it's funny,
Definitely.
you want us to show us on the show, we will show the show.
Yeah, and that not finding ones with music is actually quite challenging.
Now it is, yeah, because the dance ones are coming back, and I'm like,
Yeah, oh yeah, which I'm happy about. I like the dancer. I
Uh-huh.
saw this young kid doing, like, I love it. There's this one young kid who will be like, you know, he says his age, and he goes, I see this, I hear about this video, and I'm like, but he's a professional dancer, and so he like played Rhythm Nation the other day, and he was doing the main dance scene with Janet, and that was pretty cool. And then he,
go ahead.
well, that was interesting. Sound like a pressure release.
I'm finding the TikTok. We have like
Oh,
2
okay.
minutes. I'm
And
finding
then-
the TikTok. I don't want to show them.
And then he did the bit of dancing you see in Toxic, but it's cool because he actually, this one's great. He actually discerns like the dances that you don't necessarily see the whole choreography. I guess that's what professionals can do. They can infer what it's going to be.
All right, so this one's a very short one, and I found it earlier today when it came to me, and I sent it to Christian. So
No, I sent it to you.
I sent it to you.
Oh, we must have sent it to each other
And
then.
it's together, yeah.
What did your parents tell you?
To keep my legs together.
What did your parents tell you?
To keep my legs together. And that is kind of what Gen Xers were basically told. Like, that's it. Everything else, figure out for yourself. But I love all the Gen X stuff. Like when there's some poor new young person calling out Gen X on TikTok, I always love the responses from the Gen Xers going, you don't want us involved. There's a reason we keep our nose out of your business and we keep it to ourselves. Because if we come on and you upset us, you are not equipped to deal with us when we're not happy.
We were trained on the streets.
Exactly. We were. We didn't have parents coddling us, telling us, let's talk about your feelings. Let's see how you feel.
Unless a body part was falling off,
Yeah,
you did not come back in the house, or you were staying in the house.
And they literally would say, don't come back in the house for the rest of the day.
Uh-huh.
I expect you to be out playing all day.
And
we'd go out on our BMXs. We'd be riding for miles. We'd ride out to fields, abandoned fields. Lord knows what's in the soil, what was out there, catching lizards, pulling off tails, doing all this crazy stuff. You too, Madeline.
And I thank you for joining
Love
us,
you, sweetie. Thanks.
We have about 3 minutes, so I'll go ahead and just give our announcements. Curly Bunny in the College Game still available for sale. We have those $24 signed and delivered. And I don't think I've ever actually shown y'all the inside.
Yeah, you did a couple weeks ago.
Did I? So for those of you that are wanting to know about the book,
So pretty and colorful.
it's Bunny learning how to channel his energy. And
So pretty.
comes at the end. We got a little graph with the chakra charts. We've got a glossary for the big words. I will sign these. If you order them on our website, I will sign them and send them to you. $25 covers everything, so you can do that. We got Christian.
Yes, Christian does spiritual. I'm starting to call it spiritual medium coaching. I don't say, oh, Grandma Petunia is standing next to you and wants you to know. That's not the type of medium I am. I am a medium who I work with my grandfather, and he relays the messages to me. A lot of times related to life decisions, life direction, which is where the spiritual life coaching kind of comes in. And he is a really good guide at helping people kind of move in a different direction with your life if you need to, or whatever it is you're looking for, we can work with you on it. You can email me for an appointment or call me at 310-754-9157 on the screen. I do one-on-one. I've worked with groups, 2 or 3 people at a time, in person, and I do very well virtually too.
And on the coaching side, my transpersonal coaching, we identify, acknowledge, and break down barriers for you. So also one-on-ones groups, great for team building workshops. You can email me at danielggarza@littlemexicanproductions.com for more information. And our friend Richard Wakehill II, who does sound baths, Rekutech training, which I've taken. He's an amazing tarot and astrologer. Go check him out. You can email him at richardwkilgoii for second at gmail.com or find him at rwk2.com. And coming soon, our first show is coming on Tuesday, August the 5th, starting at 5 p.m. Our show's coming back, but we want to change the name. It was Zodiacs for many years, so we're looking for ideas. Do you have an idea of the new name for our it's an intuitive coaching. It's going to be an hour and a half. We're going to give information. We're going to educate you a little bit. We're going to entertain you. We're still going to do readings like we used to do. And we're bringing in special guests occasionally to join us for reading. So full of surprises. So August 5th is the launch, but we're still looking for a name for it. Anything else before we go?
No.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Juneteenth. And wow, this time flew today. We're already overtime.
It's over. It is. So everybody have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye. Oh, wait, where's the music? Goodbye. There's the wrong music.